The dirtiest player in NFL history. That title is just so weird. The dirtiest player, like, is very, very dirty. Maybe it's probably very rough. And not just rough in a good way, rough in a terrible way. Injure your fellow professional, I guess. That's what it means. So I think this guy's name is Romanowski, something like that. I think I've been told to check out this guy before. Yeah, so I guess I can just cover it, hit two birds with one stone right now. Latest player in NFL history, Romanowski, something. Let's get right into it.
Recently, I stumbled onto Reddit and found a thread titled Most Disrespectful and Humiliating Plays in NFL History. And the author of the thread had already listed some examples. Adrian Peterson running over William Gay, this dude getting stiff-armed by Russell Wilson, and Dante Hall with possibly the nastiest juke of all time. These are disrespectful and humiliating, sure, but if you want to talk about acts that are more than just big hits or sick jukes, I'm talking cheap shots, or worse, just complete dark acts of violence. You slowly make your way to story after story involving Bill Romanowski.
In his book, Romo, My Life on the Edge, Romanowski writes about a playoff game against the Giants, where he found himself buried with running back Dave Meggett.
I'm pissed, and I'm down there just trying to rip that ball out of his hands. And all I could get was a finger. And at that time, I thought it was his, but just whatever it was, I just snapped it. And I could hear a scream at the bottom of the pile.
You broke his finger and you thought to yourself, good. He's not going to be so effective anymore.
At that time, yes.
Man, that's cold.
That's awful.
They get to play football in the National Football. They're getting paid millions of dollars. Pay me a stick of bubble gum. Cut off my arm right now. I'm in. Go. I'm in. Count me in. I'm going.
Bill Romanowski was fresh out of Boston College after a storied 4-year career, and the 49ers took him in the 3rd round of the 1988 NFL Draft. This ESPN article titled Cracked Code went into investigating what started turning Romo into the monster he became, and he mentioned this story while going through his rookie season. During a game against Oakland, Ethan Horton pushed Romanowski in the back and the young linebacker didn't retaliate. The next day at a film session, future Hall of Fame safety Ronnie Lott shut off the projector, turned on the lights, and punked Romanowski for allowing himself to get punked. This is a game about respect, Lott said. If you let someone do that again, I'll come after you myself. Ronnie Lott, the man who got his finger amputated so he could keep playing, when he gives you advice, at least in the world of professional football, you listen. And Romo took this to heart. That team won 2 Super Bowls by his 3rd season. But people started to become aware of how he developed his game. He played with a style that made people hate him. He was the kind of guy who couldn't turn off the intensity, even in practice.
You broke an unwritten rule, probably an unwritten rule of the entire NFL. You hit Jerry Rice as hard as you possibly could in practice, your own teammate.
That one was an accident. That was one where I was engaged with a blocker. He came around on a reverse. I came off the blocker, stuck my arm out, and boom, nailed Jerry right to the ground.
You ended up getting in a fight with him.
He came after me.
This man did not care who you were. He was going to come after you.
Damn.
There's this weird time in Romo's career that would get overlooked if it wasn't for a single incident. He played for the Eagles for 2 seasons, and in the midst of his 2nd year, Romo was ejected from a game for kicking an opponent 5 times in the head. This was the first major incident that began shaping his legacy. 2 years later, in a preseason game, he shattered the jaw of quarterback Kerry Collins. That cost him a $20,000 fine. Just weeks later, Romanowski would become one of the most hated players in the league after this happened on national television, Monday Night Football.
Here's play before. That's J.J. Stokes, I think, talking to Bill Romanowski. Ooh, and there is a real lack of social graces on the part of Romanowski.
This was crossing the line. This was something that even his own teammate Shannon Sharp.
I thought it was just some cool, tough guy, dirty guy, and all that stuff, which is fine. I mean, most teams in every sport need players like this in their team to harden up the team, like, you know, to toughen up the team. So, like, I would like to have a teammate that has that kind of element to him in my team as well, if I were a sportsman. But that is a line you should not cross. The only time someone should be spitting in your face or into your mouth or wherever is during sex.
Did not take too kindly.
I was upset at Romanowski, not because he was white and spit in a black guy's face, because he disrespected another man. And I can condone what he did because he was my teammate. If my brother's wrong, he's wrong. I'm mad enough to tell him he's wrong. And that's what I did. I was mad enough to tell Bill Romanowski he was wrong.
These two got over their differences and were critical pieces in 2 Super Bowl victories.
Broncos.
The show Undisputed has even brought Romo on as a guest a few times. On one of the episodes that Bill was featured on, him and Shannon talked about how they overcame their differences to win a Super Bowl. They came together as a team, and at the end of the day, Romo was a great teammate. As the old quote goes, you love him when he's on your side, but you hate his guts when you gotta go against him. Shannon learned...
I mean, that is nice, that is nice. I mean, that particular statement of you love him when they're on your side, that is fine. That is fine, but when you spit into someone's face, like I said, there's only one place that should be happening. Only one place.
This lesson all too well when Romo moved on to play for Oakland. That's when they had to go head to head.
I'm going out for an IV at halftime. 3rd and 2. And it is Sharp who cannot one-hand it. No. Covered by Romanowski. The ball hit the ground.
He has the possession. He has the possession with one hand. Now he's down. Right there with possession.
No.
The fact that they had to play this over and over just made it worse. You can clearly see that he hooked Shannon's arm. Luckily he didn't break it, but it still dislocated his elbow. From 1995 to 2002, the list of fines and altercations.
No. If I was Shannon Sharp, I'm not forgiving that. I'm sorry, guys. I hold grudges. Maybe I've not shown that part of myself on this channel yet, but I do hold grudges. I try to live life the right way. I do things the right way. I don't hurt anybody. I try to not hurt people in my life. But make no mistake, I'm not forgetting shit. I'm not. This is ridiculous. What the hell is that? That is, look at that. Oh no, I'm just picturing it in my head right now. Damn!
That Romo had been a part of was staggering. So here's another interview from a few years back that's from Colin Cowherd's show. And this is what I found incredibly weird. Romo starts to explain this concept.
You know, tell the guys he's a something a-hole, and
an hour later you're having a beer.
An hour later you're having a beer and you kind of move on. You know, and that's the one thing about the locker room that's really special is to be.
I mean, this is all fine. Sorry guys for posting so much, but this is all fine. I'm not against people having words. Like, I'm someone that has never really been offended by words, felt terribly about words. You know, that is why sometimes when I see people in the West part of the world needing safe spaces and all that, it's something that I do not understand. And I'm not judging. I'm just saying, just something that I just don't understand. So in terms of words, I don't really care. But when it comes to when it gets physical, like that particular play with Shannon Sharp, dude, I am not forgetting that. I am not. I have to try and get even with you one way or the other. Maybe not today, maybe 10 years later. I don't know, but I just can't let it go. Seriously, there are just some things that are wicked. There are some wicked things. There are things that are not, how will I put it? I don't know. Maybe that was not mean-spirited. I don't know, man. I don't know. That thing that he just did now is what gangs do. You know, if they want to, you know, rough you up, they will hold your arms, you know, hold your arms. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. So doing that in a sports situation where, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've never been physically roughed up on this level ever in my life, so I don't really know how I'll react. But even anyway, guys, let me. That particular video is really traumatizing me. That video was very terrible.
Able to do that. Some guys hang on onto it. Some do, but for me, I didn't hang on to it because I was usually the one dishing it out. And I would feel badly about it, and I had no problem apologizing.
He at least sounds self-conscious enough to understand what he's done.
I guess.
So he seems to sound normal. But that quickly goes away with the next thing he says.
I remember when I threw a microwave oven at Dexter Carter, you know, and then jacked him up against a Coke machine. And, you know, I ripped off his gold chain.
And the reason that he threw the microwave?
We had an old microwave that literally took like 2 minutes to heat a sandwich.
Yeah.
But if you put another one in there, it took like 20. And he tried to add his sandwich to mine. How dare he do that?
Dexter, what are you doing?
You don't do that.
This last incident is truly the cherry on top of this man's career. You would think a lot of his problems came from roid rage. In fact, he didn't start taking steroids until 2001. His first 13 years in the league, that was all him. Now imagine how crazy he was, plus the roid rage. This is the result of that. During training camp in 2003, the fight between Marcus Williams and Bill Romanowski sent shockwaves throughout the league. Here's what happened. Williams blocked Romanowski. Romanowski grabbed Williams by the neck of his jersey. Williams disengaged, and then he raised his arms as if to say, it's over. But it wasn't. Romanowski stepped towards Williams and grabbed his face mask. Williams grabbed back before quickly letting go. But Romanowski continued pushing on Williams' helmet, so violently that his head jerked back. As Williams' helmet flew off and his head recoiled forward, Romanowski's right fist smashed into his face. The 6'4", 250-pound Williams fell onto the ground unconscious. His left eye socket shattered, a tooth chipped. He came to within seconds, felt blood on his cheek, and saw Romanowski standing over him, shouting, "Don't ever effing hold me." This was Williams' face after the incident. That punch resulted in a broken eye socket, concussion.
What the hell? What the hell? Guys. I can't forget this, guys. I can't forget this. I just can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. I don't know. I know the next thing I'm going to hear now is that they made up with each other and all that stuff. Look, there are some things that, you know, there are some, brothers fighting and all that. It's fine. Sucking up someone on the face, breaking their eye sockets, almost like, look at this. This guy is almost on the verge of being blind at this point. Blind in one eye. Let me hear what they're going to say about this.
Double vision, depression, and memory issues. This also ended his career, and he eventually sued Romanowski for battery, negligence, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Ultimately, in the end, he won the case. Call him crazy, a psycho, or if you're old school, a hard-nosed football player. Whatever you want to call him. At the end of the day, Bill Romanowski is one of the last people you'd ever want to run into when he's pissed off.
Guys, I'm sure you guys have seen me. I've reacted to a couple of tough guys on this channel, tough NFL guys like these linebackers, like Dick Butkus, like what is the other guy's name? The other big guy that I reacted to, I can't remember his name right now. Reacted to these guys. Yeah, these guys were tough. These guys were a bit rough. Some of them have even done some things that may have been a bit dirty, you know, maybe once, at least from the videos I watched. But this guy basically was ending careers. He could have easily ended Shannon Sharp's career with that. I know Shannon Sharp was a tight end. I'm not sure tight ends really need their hands like that compared to let me say a quarterback, for example. But that could have easily ended his career. Even if it did not, but you could have easily broken this guy's arm. Guys, I've had accidents in my joints in my life that has been with me from that day till today. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. But the effects will always be there. There are just some things that you should not do. So other tough guys that I've watched on this channel, you know, linebackers, and I've been looking forward to watching linebackers. Other tough guys that I've watched, I kind of liked them. You know, it was funny to see. It was enjoyable to see some of these people, you know, bully their fellow professionals. So, I mean, I'm fine with that, to be honest with you. But this guy is actually really, really dirty. Like, when I first read this title, the Dirtiest Player, I thought it was a bit of an overstatement. But watching this video right now, I think it's an understatement. Seriously. Maybe he's not a bad guy. Probably he's not a bad guy. I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Am I overreacting? I'm sure some of you guys like him. I'm sure some of you NFL fans, you love him. I know. And I wouldn't be surprised. If you do love him, let me know that in the comments. If you hate him the way I do now, because I do hate him right now, let me know that in the comments as well. Anyway, guys, let me just know what you think about this whole video. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm just watching the bad parts of it. Maybe, I don't know. Like, even if it's the bad part, these bad parts are bad enough for me. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. I'll see you on the next one. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace.